just to kind of keep just ahead of you, and you weren't able to come back all the way?
Well, I'm real proud of our kids' effort. I mean, anybody watch that game and watch us the first time when we played, you got to be walking off the floor feeling pretty good about that. And a lot of it had to do with the ability to hit the glass. I mean, we rebounded with them and held our own against a team that's got every position 6'5", 4 inches on us. So that says a lot about our kids' desire and their heart. And another thing too, our guard play has improved tremendously. I mean, our kids made a lot of decisions in traffic situations and things that we had not done a very good job of early in the year. So if we had to gauge some things on improvement of where we're at today, we feel pretty good about it.
Yeah, Paris White, I think, has grown leaps and bounds since earlier in the year. I mean, with his effort and energy tonight and the way he was able to rebound against them, especially in the first half, I thought
absolutely
kept you guys in it.
Coach and I talked about Paris. We feel like Paris kind of understands what his role is now. He's more comfortable with what we're trying to do and what he's wanting to do. As a freshman coming in, you're looking around like, holy crap, this is not 8th grade basketball anymore. I think some of the things are starting to really click with him, and he's a good athlete. He works really hard. He can score. Over time he's going to develop a 15-footer and maybe a little bit more than that. So what we're getting out of that kid, we're real pleased with. Got a great attitude. So definitely Paris. But he's not the only guy. I mean, Eddie Lara tonight. I mean, Jake Gleaner's willing to get in the glass. Beckman kid is trying to get the Huffman kid more on the glass. Get him, but he's going to get there. But that's our kids' toughness has got to be our staple for our program. And it's always been over the years. Hopefully these guys can buy in, also continue moving forward.
And Huffman and Gleaner.
I guess between Huffman and Gleaner, between the two of them, had 10 of those.
10 of the 11 threes.
They can, and the Beckman kid is a good shooter too. The thing is, that kid's getting rode down the floor every possession, and he's got a lot on his shoulders. I can't say enough about Drew Beckman, what he's done as a freshman. He's got the ball in his hands 99% of the time, and you're going to make bad decisions, but he's getting better through the process too. And he's a kid that we look to knock down shots. And over time, as we get better, he's going to shine more. But shoot, Gleaner and Huffman, two of the better shooters we've coached at this point, at this age. I mean, I think the Huffman kids made 73s and the Gleaner kids in the 60s. So definitely not a weakness of ours right now. And they're learning that they can get to the rim too. If you notice, the Huffman kid's finally putting the ball on the ground, bouncing it, and he's kind of attacking the rim, which is something early in the year he wasn't willing to do.
Is that maybe further along than even like Zach was at this stage of the game, or Gentry?
I don't know. Those two kids are special players. Definitely Gleaner was a kid that, as a freshman, he didn't possess some of the things that Huffman does. Zach was definitely a different player, though. But Gentry, Gentry was a kid that we had to get to buy into to some things like rebounding and playing defense. But Gentry, when he was middle of his sophomore year, he turned it on. But so progression-wise, if you had to look at kind of the kids we've had come through the program, they're definitely on track to be as good.
Yeah, I mean, just talk about Larry Harris, though, and I mean, the mismatch. And you knew coming in that you mentioned that the size mismatch you were going to have, and Larry really took advantage of that, and he was a big reason why they won tonight. What he was able to do in the paint. Yeah,
no doubt. We did the best we could. With our schemes, we played a little bit of a junk defense, and we wanted to front him more, and we had a little bit of help behind. It didn't always work out that way because the kid's so dang strong, but we had to give up some things too. To even contain him, we gave up some wide open shots. Some kids that we were hoping didn't make shots, and they did. So kudos to them. And Coach Smith plays, I don't know, he dresses 15. It feels like he plays 20.
Right.
I mean, it felt like he's bringing guys out of the stands. So, for our kids, we played 6 kids. Mm-hmm. A lot of energy the whole night. I give our kids credit.
Yeah, and I mean, like you said earlier, this is a game that you can show them, and for high school kids, sometimes that's the easy way to, we lost by 27 last time when we played them, and now we brought it back to, what was it, a 7-point game, and we were, even had a lead in the second half. I mean, so,
no, and
shows the progression.
It does. We probably don't do enough of that. Coach and I are just talking about that stuff, but we don't reflect on the last game. We knew we didn't. We knew we got our rears kicked last game, but the kids know, though. That's why we don't talk about it much. They know what they're going into. There's no reason to really focus on what happened last time, but they know walking away tonight that there was improvement, like you said.
All right, cool.